Greetings! Welcome to our monthly interview with the expert. Our topic this month is bringing more love and joy into our workplace and lives at all times. This month, February, being the Valentine Day month, is often associated with celebrating love to our loved ones, which is wonderful. And at the same time, we can actually want to bring love and joy to others beside our loved one as well, including to our colleagues and friends at all times. Since when we do this, we will consistently strengthen our good relationship as well as our good work culture. And for this reason, this month I have for you Sara Jane, to share a few tips on how we can bring even more love and joy into our lives and the lives of people around us at all times. Sara Jane is a master teacher and practitioner of Reiki and Vocal Reiki, who support others with understanding, love, and empathy through her own life experience and healing. She is the master of voice, creator of Vocal Reiki, founder and host of Gift of Healing TV, and an international speaker and author. And Sara, it is such a wonderful joy and great honor to have you with us today. What are some tips for people to be able to bring even more love and joy into their own life and everyone around them moment to moment that you can share with us?
Firstly, thank you for inviting me, Brigitte. It's very much appreciated. And maybe gratitude is a good place to start, actually. The more grateful we are, well, I don't know where that came from. The more grateful we are, the more we find that gratitude for everything around us. Because that puts us in a much better mood. So that's a really good place to start, because how we wake up in the morning, the mood we start our day with, tends to be how we go through our day. I remember years ago when I was working in an office, I had one person who sort of rang me first thing in the morning. I was working in insurance, for crying out loud. And they said, "Sara, will you bottle whatever it is you're on for me, please?" Because I was also always so cheerful when I answered the phone. And I had another client who said, "Sara, you're just always so cheerful when you answer the phone." I said, "Which would you prefer, somebody miserable or somebody cheerful, especially at the beginning of the day?" Because
oh God, that's quite something.
Whatever, because, and it was just like, oh no, cheerful, because it makes life so much better for everyone. You get somebody at the beginning of the day who's in a really bad mood, and they can drag you down. Even if you're in a bit of a bad mood and somebody is bright and cheerful, I know that can wind some people up. I get that. But you get somebody who's bright and cheerful and open and feels just gives that light, and it can raise you up, and it makes your life better for the day. So, but yes, that is a really good place to start. It's being grateful and finding the positive in everything, which isn't always easy, and I totally get that. But the other thing, from the work that I do, is to really help bring more love to everybody else. Love yourself. It is okay. It's essential. It's not just okay. It is essential to be the love of your own life. That doesn't make you selfish. What that does, it empowers the positive in your life. It empowers the tough love. So that if you're in a work situation where you're training, you encourage that individual. Now, we all learn differently. I'm one of these people, I'm very slow to learn, and I accept that. And especially if I'm working with things like technology, I need precise notes. I have to have press this button, press that, do this, do that, go to this. I have to have exact, precise notes. Because if I don't have that, I struggle. Once I understand it and I've got it, easy peasy, not a problem. And so if you're working with people, don't think just because I know it, they're going to pick it up in 2 seconds flat. Be patient. If you've got somebody that's constantly coming to you and saying, how do you do this? And they've asked you for the umpteenth time, and you're getting yourself into that situation where you're saying, don't worry, I'll do it for you. It is quicker to have the patience to say, okay, I've shown you before. Let's sit down. What is it you're struggling with? It takes much less time. If you've got somebody who's struggling, it helps empower them, because you try and actually make them do it while you're watching, not judgmentally, but it becomes more empowering. You show me what you think it is that you need to do. Because it is amazing, when you go to teach somebody the job you're doing, you suddenly realize just how much you're doing and how much you know. And if you've ever been in that situation, so encouraging them to show you is really positive. But it's that tough love of not saying, it's okay, I'll do it. Take that extra time out so that they can. And don't hesitate. If you're struggling, come back to me. We'll go through it again. What you're saying to them is, tough love. I ain't doing it for you anymore. You have to do it for yourself. But I'm going to help you to do that. And it's that learning to say no and learning to say yes in the right places, and what the yes and the no are meant to be. And that goes with work, that goes with family, that goes with friends. And when you love yourself enough, that is when it brings confidence to you to be able to bring out that confidence in others. And I get it. It is not easy to turn around and say no. But you have to do it. And there was a scenario a couple of years ago with the family. And I was asked something and I just turned around and said a blunt no. There were very good reasons, and I won't go into the story of that. But boy, it did cause some real ructions in the family. But long term, what it did was give everybody else permission to say no. And if everybody is saying the yeses in the right places and the nos in the right places, everybody knows where they stand. And if it's, no, I can't do that because actually I don't understand what to do with that, rather than saying yes and then not doing it.
Or saying yes and doing it, but doing it with resentment. That's even more.
Or do it wrong.
Right.
So somebody else has got to go in and correct it. You know, there are numerous scenarios around all of this. Yes, but I won't do it because I have no idea or I can't be bothered. You know, sort of. Or actually just being honest. No, I don't actually understand that. Or that really doesn't resonate with me. Or, you know, whatever. You know, reasons. Do we have to give reasons? We shouldn't have to give reasons, but obviously if you don't understand something, give a reason. You know, because that could be a training issue when it comes to work. You know, but if a family member or a friend asks, says, oh, will you do this for me? And says, do you know what, that really doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't fit with me and how I am, and that really doesn't work for me. Just be honest and say, no, I'm sorry. And you can mean the sorry, but unless they push, it's not about giving a reason or an excuse. It's just no. Then when you do say yes, you are saying yes from the right place. And that is about loving you. The love for yourself. When you can truly love you, then you can bring real love to everybody around you and accept it from others as well. No can be the biggest gift anybody can give you. It may not feel it at the time, but when you're constantly doing for others and being involved in other people's lives and preventing them from doing it themselves, you're holding two people back.
Yeah.
You and them. The greatest love comes from empowering them and letting them live their life while you live yours. And if there's a breakdown in friendship because of a no, was it ever really a true friendship? Because providing you're saying that yes and no from love, it doesn't matter what the reason is behind it. You're doing it for the best for you. And like this is the thing that's really a lot of people struggle with is what is best for you is best for everybody else around you. It may not feel like it. And I get there can be family ructions when people don't get their own way, with friends when people don't get their own way, and in work when the bosses are asking you to do something and you're saying, no, I'm not going to do that. I get it. I really do. But it's being your authentic self rather than being a doormat. And I spent so many years allowing myself to be a doormat because I didn't know who I was and therefore I couldn't love me. So love isn't all about saying yes. There's a huge amount of saying no.
That is so powerful, that last thing that you said. It's because a lot of time when we think about love, we think about saying yes, accommodating. It's almost like in a workplace, but also even with parents and children. Oh, if I love, I give the child this and this, but we know it's almost just like with children, you're going to spoil that child. So we need to know to be able to say no and staying and standing to our truth. And love, as you say, that is really powerful. It's not all yes, it's actually also saying no at the right place and at the right time. And I love this so much, Sara. Thank you so much. It's just so wonderful, with the gratitudes. It's something I recommend very greatly as well, because it's very helpful. There are even studies showing us the benefit of gratitudes in helping our mood, in helping with illness, with mental conditions, emotional conditions. There are plenty of studies with that. So it's so wonderful to start our day with gratitudes and bring our energy and spirit up. And then as you said, we need to learn to love ourselves for us to be able to bring love to others and to accept love. And while appreciating everyone's uniqueness, as well as being patient and learning to say no, as well as to say yes at the appropriate time. That is so lovely.
Yeah. A little exercise, something you could try for yourself, because I get that not understanding loving oneself and knowing who you are and all the rest of it, because I was there for so many years. And obviously, gratefully, I'm not in that place anymore. Because I work with the vocal Reiki, work with sound, work with toning, one of the most powerful things we can do, now if you can't tone it because you struggle with that, say your own name. Say it or tone it. I don't use the word singing because I don't. It doesn't matter whether you can sing or not, but just say or tone your own name. Nothing else, just your name. And preferably, if anybody's changed their name, the name your mother called you as a child. That is really, really important. And I've had so many people when I've worked with them who've changed their name, and because I've used the name they were called as a child, I've had people come back to me and they've said, I'm changing back to my name. People who've said, I hate my name. And by the time I've finished, it's actually, I feel more comfortable with that, because that's one of the things I do is I tone people's name, and it is so empowering. And think about it, when somebody says your name, they usually want something. I know sometimes it is when somebody's telling you they love you. I get that. But as a child, you're in trouble.
That's very true.
So a lot of people, because of that, my name is always used when somebody wants something or I'm in trouble. And that is the abiding memory of our name. And so when I tone it for people, it's the energy of pure love and an acknowledging of who you are. So if you and I do this for myself, in fact, over the last week, I've done it several times, I tone my own name for me.
Wow.
And just that, and just allow that energy, that acceptance of self, that love of self, and you're not asking anything of yourself other than to be you.
That is so beautiful, and it's actually a very unique way to allow ourselves to have more self-love, which we know it's very important for us to be able to. It's the same concept, an empty oil lamp's not going to be able to bring light to others. We'll not be able to bring love to others if we ourselves don't have love for ourselves. And that is a very beautiful and unique way of and sounds like it's a very it's something that we can do for our own self without having to go out there and find expert. I know you have a lot of information on how to do that, about Vocal Reiki and a lot of other wonderful technique in your website, vocalreiki.com. And so if you for anyone who is interested, definitely we should check out Sara Jane's website, vocalreiki.com. That will allow us to see how we can bring more love into ourselves, for ourselves, as well as to others. And I just love all the tips that you share with us. They are such an excellent tips. Thank you so much, Sara. It's so wonderful to be able to have you here. You just since the first time I met you, I just feel so much love from you, so much wonderful, gentle love. And so thank you so much for sharing all these wonderful, excellent tips. And for our audience, I invite all of you to share a gold nugget that you learn from this interview in the comment below, so we can continue to learn from each other. And please also share any feedback or questions in the comment below, or you're welcome to message me or Sara Jane directly as well. And if you want to check out her website, it will be posted as well at the end of on the script of this interview. And I thank you very, very much for watching, and I look forward to see you again next month.
Thank you.
Thank you.